Hey everybody, it's me Stacy at Scrapbooking Made Simple. I have an itch. I'm not gonna start again. Hey everybody, it's me Stacy at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for another YouTube class. This is YouTube number 142, and I am so excited to show you what I have to show you. Now before we get there, I'm back. I was over in Frankfurt at Paper World and Creative World, and then I went over to Wales and to London on business. Amazing trip. Saw amazing things that I would have never been able to get here in the US, but I am able to get them over there, and I'm having them shipped in. I'm ordering direct from Italy and from Germany, and wait till you see the product that's coming. And of course, if you live in Italy or Germany or the UK, you already know you guys have some pretty fine crafting products over there. You do. We need them here in the States, and I am determined to get them here. Now, today I am working with a product that I kind of showed off at CHA when I did my live from CHA. It is by ThermoWeb, and they make the product Deco foils. And I was kind of about the Deco foil, about the whole foil thing, because a lot of the information out about them is to use a laminator with it. Well, I don't think you should have to go buy a laminator to be able to use foils. Yes, does it look beautiful when you print out your paper off of your laser jet and then put this stuff on it? Absolutely. But what if I could show you a way to use it with stuff you already own and get beautiful rock star results? I think that made me really happy. So when I was at CHA, ThermoWeb was very persistent with Scrapbooking Made Simple. They wanted me to come by their booth, and by George, they sent emails, they sent samples, they called, God bless their pea-picking hearts, because persistence paid off, and I did stop by their booth. But for me to be excited about a product, I have to understand why it is different or better or more unique than somebody else's product that's very similar to it. Or I need to understand how many different ways you can use it, because if you're going to spend $4.99 a roll for something, I don't want it to be for just one type of use. I want you to be able to use it for a lot of different things. So when I was at the booth, they showed me all the different ways of using it, and I'm like, yep, that's really nice. You know, I was being polite. I stopped by. I didn't want to be rude. And they were so excited to see me. Oh my gosh, they were so excited. It was like they were wonderful to me. And the longer we talked, the more my brain kept working, because my brain never shuts off, truly. Like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I will sit up, or at 3 o'clock in the morning. Things come to me at the oddest hours. It just never shuts down. But the longer I stayed, the more I started to think. And then literally, I think they saw smoke coming out of my ears and the light bulb go off, because I said, oh my gosh, you need to let me play with this right now. Literally, like, get out of my way. And let me just, don't talk to me. Just, I need to focus, and let me see what I can do with this stuff. Now, it required me going to a couple different booths to get some product from other manufacturers. And you should have seen me. I'm like crazed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to borrow this from you. Can you let me borrow this from you? I promise I'll bring it right back. It's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple. Thank you. And then I would run back to the ThermoWeb booth with it, because I needed several things to make this work, but things that you already own. So they let me do my thing for about an hour in their booth, and they gave me the space to do it. And when I was confident enough that if I had enough time back here at SMS to play with it, I could make it work, I did the live from CHA and say, wait till I show you what we're going to do. Well, this is that YouTube. This is the time for me to show you what we're going to do. We are playing with Deco Foil by ThermoWeb. We are playing with stamps by Sizzix. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful stamps. Tons of new stamp sets from Sizzix. No dies to go with them, strictly stamps, and gorgeous. And best thing, I got a special deal on them. Our YouTube yummies are usually at about a 20% discount. Not on these stamps. Oh no, They're going to be at least 30% off. Some of them at 50% off. And if you buy the Sizzix Super Saver bundle, they're 60% off. So I've got Sizzix stamps to show you to play with the Deco foils. I have got product from Nouveau, which is tonic. I have got Simply Defined product to show you. And you know, I'm that girl. I'm a technique junkie. So I was so excited to just sit and play. I was like a kid in a candy store. And then when I got back from Germany and I was able to really sit and play, you are going to look like a rock star. And if you've already seen this technique, don't tell me. Actually, do tell me, because that means somebody else is thinking outside the box. They're thinking about new and innovative and unique ways to use product that you might not think about, not know how to use it, and take stuff out of your own stash that you've already paid for, that you already own, and utilize it again. Before we get to all of that, I have Winner Chicken Dinner from last YouTube, which was 141, which was the Simply Defined release of Be Inspired, which was the collection I did of my dies and stamps with my dad. So, I don't remember what we're giving away from 141, but you're going to get a really nice prize package, I promise. And if you are Gabriella D. Austin, or Kiri Toombley, if you're Gabriella or Kiri, congratulations. You both have become our latest winner Chicken Dinner here at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Wahoo, ka-choo for you. Now, how do you claim your prize? Super easy. Email us, winner, WINNER, at scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and give us your name, your address, your telephone number. Tell us you are Winner Chicken Dinner from YouTube number 141, and we'll get your prizes out to you just as quickly as possible. Now, you're going to want to win the prize package from this YouTube. Trust me, you are. There is going to be some Simply Defined product in it. There's going to be some ThermoWeb product in it. There's going to be some Sizzix product in it. It is a wonderful prize package we have for you. But how do you win? You watch this YouTube in its entirety. Yes, all 1 hour and however minutes it may end up being. You watch it in its entirety and then post your comment. What do you have to post? Anything that's nice, polite, kind. Tell me about how your day's going. Tell me about the weather. Tell me you just got back from vacation. Tell me you're going on vacation. Tell me it was your child's first day at school. Whatever makes you happy, as long as it's polite and kind. If it is not, I will not approve it. Don't tell me I need Botox. Don't tell me that my hair is getting gray. I'm good. I have a mirror. Post your kind and friendly comment and I approve them, and then once I approve them, you're in the running to win a fabulous prize package. And of course, we always have 2 winners on YouTube. So congratulations to Gabriella and Kiri, and I think we're going to get started for today. It is YouTube number 142 with Deco foils, Sizzix stamps, Nouveau product, and Simply Defined by Scrapbooking Made Simple. Are you ready? Because I am so excited to do this. All right, down we go, you guys. Bye. You would think after so many years that I would calm down. No, I'm not. I still get so excited. All right, here we go. You see that? Does that die-in stamp look vaguely familiar? It should. It's part of the Growing Up Girl collection of Simply Defined, which are my dies and stamps. But do you see the foil on there? You should. It's pretty rock star. Wait till I show you how to do this. That means you are going to be able to pull out your dies and your stamps, or just your stamps, and you are going to be able to make amazing products. Amazing. Okay, so to begin with, I'm playing with foil. Foil. This is the ThermoWeb. I think it's iCraft Deco foil. Let's see what it says. Yes, iCraft Deco foil from ThermoWeb. It comes in a tube like this. You get 5 sheets, and the sheets are huge. This is not the size of the sheet. This isn't even the size of the sheet. You get 5 sheets that are like this size. Huge. I've cut them in half just for the purpose of being able to have ease with it for the YouTube. They're $4.99 for the basic colors, $5.99 for like the iridescent-y fun colors, or the leopard print, or the rainbow. But it is a foil, and a lot of the information that's been given out on how to use them, you do need a laminator. I didn't want you to have to use a laminator to use these. And like I said, they were very, very persistent at ThermoWeb, and And they got me to their booth, and which let me start to think about how are we going to use this in a new and unique way. There's 26 colors of it, and it's just wonderful when you see what we do with it. I'm going to start with very easy basics. I'm just going to start with very, very easy basics, just so that those of you who have never seen the foil before, you understand sort of how to use it. Now, I've just got a piece of Simply Defined black smooth cardstock. This is our 80-pound black smooth cardstock. And I have got my Nouveau two-way glue pin. Do you have to use the Nouveau two-way glue pin? No. If you have a two-way glue pin from Zig, Kuretake, if you have the ThermoWeb two-way glue pin, if you have the Nouveau, and a lot of you already do because you got it when you got all of the Nouveau glitters, yes, this is the time to use them. You can pull from another company. It's okay. We sell the Nouveau two-way glue pin. That's the one I like the best. I like the price. I like the quantity you get. I like the packaging. So this is the one we sell. Now I want to tell you, when you first open your two-way glue pin, with the Nouveau glue, it's actually a light blue kind of glue, similar to the Zig glue. But when you open it and it's brand new, this little tip is literally stark white. Absolutely perfectly white. And can you hear? It's got a little ball in there to help shake it up. When you start with the Nouveau glue, you're going to have to press it down several times to get that tip loaded with glue. And you will actually see it because the glue is blue, which is one of the reasons I like it, because you can see the glue. Because the glue is blue, as you're pressing it down and as the glue is feeding into the nib for the first time, you'll see that blue color come all the way down the tip. And then once it's done, once it's loaded, it's pretty well loaded. It's just a little bit of happiness. So I want to do something really quick and easy with the glue pin, just so you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to be, of one of the things you can do with it. Now, if you've got a finer tip, you can write your name, you can spell whatever you want, you can draw doilies, you can draw balloons, if you have the finer tip. The fatter tip is really nice for making lines, borders. So I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way across. There. Got a border down. Got a little bit of glue going on there. Then I'm going to take my foil, my ThermoWeb foil, and cut me off a hunk. And with the pretty side facing you, I'm going to lay it on top of the glue. With the pretty side, not the kind of milky white side. That shouldn't be facing you. I know it seems contradictory, doesn't it? You would think you would put the pretty side down and then peel it back and it would leave that. But no, I need you to put that pretty side facing you, and I'm just going to lay it right down. I'm going to cut off that extra little piece so it doesn't get glue all over me. And throw it away. So now I've got the pretty foily side on it, and I want to give it a good rub. But let me tell you, even a rub isn't going to do exactly what you want it to do. Let me see if I peel up a little bit and see what I get. Yeah, see? Not so great. It's not bad, but it's not so great. Instead, what I want to do is I want to bring over my Big Shot machine. My Big Shot machine, my Cuttlebug machine, my Grand Caliber machine, my embosser machine, whatever machine you have. And you're going to use it as if you were doing a wafer die, which means if you have a multi-purpose platform, small or large, you're going to keep it completely closed. Doesn't matter if you have the small or the large multi-purpose platform, you're not going to open any tabs or the magnetic plate if you've got one. Either one will work. I'm going to take my little foil piece. I'm going to sandwich it in between just a basic card base. Just a basic card base. You can make one of your own. You just need a piece of paper scored, folded in half to make a little, like a little carrier for that. I've got my magnetic platform. I've got one clear plate. I have got my little card base with my Deco foil piece inside of it, and then my second clear paint, and I'm going to send it on through. What that's going to do is it's going to give beautifully evened pressure all over that piece of paper that's inside. So let's peel it off. So now it's added beautiful pressure all the way across, which means when I peel it, I get a beautiful coverage. Look at that. No black peeking through. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gosh, and it even repaired down there. That's the benefit of using it with your die cutting machine. And again, as long as it's a die cutting machine, we prefer the Sizzix Big Shot machine. It's the best machine on the market. There's no question about it, hands down. But absolutely, your Cuttlebug will work, your embosser will work, your Grand Caliber will work. Whatever you use to cut wafer dies, those really, really thin dies, whatever you're using to cut those, that's what you're going to use to do this as well. So now this is just a basic application, and again, if I had a thinner pin, I could write Stacy and put it down and send it through. It's nice to be able to put foil as a accent around maybe your mats for your scrapbooking pages or your cards, whatever you want to do. But I want to take it to the next level. I want to do more. How am I going to do more? Easy peasy. I'm going to start by playing with stamps from Sizzix. This is one of my most favorite stamp sets. I love it. It's by Linda. She works at Ellison. She's one of the designers for Sizzix, and she is just a rock star. I love this lady. She is just fabulous. Absolutely love her. So I have taken one of her stamps, and I've taken it and put it right onto a Tim Holtz grid block. I've got my little clear block. Tim Holtz grid block, love them, easy to use. You get 9 different sizes for like $21 and some odd cents. You'll never have to buy a block again. For those of you who are unfamiliar with clear stamps, they're just by cling. They go on and off and on and off and on and off. You can use them again and again and again. If you need to clean them, you just use a little bit of Dawn dishwashing detergent or Palmolive. If your block gets dirty, you just same thing, a light dishwashing detergent, and it'll clean it all up. But what you can do with stamps is amazing. Now, I'm gonna take, let's cut this in half. I'm gonna take that Nuvo two-way glue pen that I showed you earlier. And I am going to, let's get this repositioned on there so it's on. There we go. I'm going to take, and I'm gonna use the Nuvo two-way glue pen, and I'm gonna glue up my stamp. Now the glue is water soluble, so it's not gonna hurt your stamps, and when you're done, you just take a wet wipe and wipe it off. But I'm going to take my glue and I'm gonna just go ahead and get it all over my stamp. And see, this is why I like the Nuvo, because it's colored. So I can see that my stamp has got a light, like a milky white, milky blue tinge to it, and it's got glue all over it. I'm gonna take my stamp mat. This is like 1/8 of the size of the stamp mat. They're huge, and we usually cut them in half to ship them to you. They're huge, but you need a stamp mat. We call this a gush pad because it allows your stamp to gush into the foam, giving you better contact between your stamp and your paper because the stamp has got something to sink into. Now, I am not doing chest compressions. I'm not trying to revive the stamp. I'm just giving really nice light all over pressure, and then I'm gonna pull up. And I can see my images on there. Now, what am I gonna do? Oh, I hope my image is on there. Looks like it is. Well, if not, we'll do it again. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna take a little bit of my foil, pretty side up, and I'm gonna lay it right on top of my paper. Give a nice little press just so it sticks down. I'm gonna sandwich it in my little card base. I'm gonna bring over my machine, my Big Shot machine. Again, magnetic platform or multi-purpose platform, regardless if it's the small size or the extended size, keep it completely closed. Do not open it at all. Put down a do not cut plate or a cut plate. It doesn't make a difference because we're not cutting. And send it on through. Let's see if I stamped okay, and if not, I'll do it again. That's the beauty of these YouTubes. Unedited. Oh, it looks like I maybe did. You can kind of see, oh, it's kind of hard, but you can see where the image is kind of coming through. Let's peel it off. And I have transferred the image. Is that just a little bit of happiness right there? I used a stamp to do this. I didn't have to print it on my LaserJet printer and then use a laminator. I used a stamp that I already own to do that image. Oh my gosh. So now think about words that you have, all those words, and you want to do a lovely card for somebody's wedding, or let's pull out happy birthday. And I don't want to lose this piece because we're going to do something with that piece. Let's pull out happy birthday. And does it fit on my block? Oh, it sure does. Happy day. Well, happy birthday. Let's go ahead and get it on there. I'm just going to grab a piece of paper because I'm going to add a little bit of my two-way glue. I'm going to stamp it because this is a brand new clear stamp. Brand spanking new. I'm going to add a little bit of glue and then I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to just stamp it straight onto my paper because sometimes when you have a brand new clear stamp straight out of the packaging, it's got a little bit of a film on it. And I want to make sure I take that film off. So you can either ink up your stamp and stamp it several times to make sure that film is off, which is basically what I'm doing with the glue, or you can give it a light washing in your Dawn dishwashing detergent or Palmolive or whatever you've got. That's easy. Okay, that looks good. All right, now I'm going to grab a piece of paper. I've got my Simply Defined 100-pound white paper. I'm going to put my glue right on it. You don't want to do too much. And since you can see it, since you can kind of see that milkiness on it, I'm going to give a press. I'm not doing chest compressions. I'm not doing this. I'm pressing into my stamp mat with my Tim Holtz grid block. And the reason I like the grid blocks is because they're thin. I can feel how hard I'm pressing. When you have a really thick block, you can't necessarily feel how hard you're pressing. So you don't know if you're pressing too much or too little. And with stamps, the pressure is ever so important. If you press a stamp too hard, it forces that stamped image to gush outward, to squish outward. And if you have blurred images a lot, chances are you're pressing too hard, or you're working on a hard surface and it's forcing that stamp to press out. However, if you're working on with a stamp block or a grid block or a gush pad, a gush pad, then you don't have to press nearly as hard, just nice all over pressure. Okay, so there's my image. I can see my image on there. Let's grab a piece of foil. Let's try the red. Gosh, I hope that's big enough. Layer it right over the top. Give a nice little press just to keep it in place. I'm going to bring over my die cut machine, put it inside my little envelope, sandwich my envelope in between my two clear plates, and on top of my magnetic platform or my multi-purpose platform, and send it on through. And that roller that's in the Big Shot machine is going to give perfect pressure. More than your fingers can do, more than a a brayer might be able to do. Certainly more than a bone folder can do. I don't know if you can see it, but you can kind of see where it's trying to hold on to it. Pull up. And happy birthday. In foil, using a stamp, not using a laminator, using a stamp. Now you can die cut this, you can, I mean, there's so much to be done. But wait, we're not done yet. We have this piece left. You know what? I'm gonna do that one really quick, right, really fast again. So I'm gonna pull this one off. I'm gonna put this one on. I'm gonna grab a piece of white paper. I'm gonna grab my stamp mat. I'm gonna ink up, move my happy birthday because I don't wanna give it, I'm not throwing that away. We'll use it for something. I'm gonna just make sure that I've got some ink. Yep, we're good to go. I'm gonna ink up my stamp with my two-way glue pen. Of course, it doesn't have to be the Nuvo, it can be Kuretake, it can be the Thermo Web, it can be whatever two-way glue pen you have. I happen to like the Nuvo. I like the price point, I like the size, I like that it's blue, that you can see the ink. I'm gonna stamp real quick. Pull up, there's my beautiful image. I can see my beautiful image on my paper. Let's try the blue. Is that gonna be big enough? Nope, let's cut a bigger piece. Get a piece of foil. And a little foil goes a long way. I'm gonna lay it right down. Is it still not big enough? Oh, Stacy. Okay, well now I'm sure it's big enough. Shiny side facing you, the happy side, the color you want to see has to be facing you. Press it down just so it stays in place. Bring over my machine, put it in, send it through, get that beautiful all over pressure from the rollers inside your Big Shot machine. But yes, you can use a Cuttlebug. Yes, you can use a Grand Caliper. Yes, you can use a debosser. Sure, absolutely, use what you've got. And then when you don't have those machines anymore, come buy a Big Shot. Lovely. Now I've got it in blue. But wait, what do I do with this? This is the negative space. That's the negative space. Well, I could just trim it out and tape it down to a piece of paper and be done. You know, you don't want to throw that away. You want to use it for something. But maybe I want to use it for something a little bit more than just taping it down. I'm going to take a piece of my paper. I'm going to take some Stacy tape. This is my self-adhesive double stick tape, Stacy tape. It comes in about 1 million different widths, and it is it's very similar to a score tape or a Sukwang tape, only it's a little bit stronger, it's a little bit longer, and it's a little bit less money. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut these edges off so I don't have exposed sticky. Throw those little pieces away. So now I have got Stacy tape on just a piece of simply defined white cardstock. I'm going to peel up and expose my sticky. Can you see the stickies exposed? Sticky right now. I'm going to take my negative piece that's left from when I did this, and I'm going to lay it down right on top of my sticky. Right on top of my sticky. And I'm just gonna press, give a good press down. So that's what I've got right on top of my paper. Now I'm going to pull it up. Now when it gets up, didn't quite get it all, put it back down and roll it back up. It's kind of like a peel off. There was a little spot there that I didn't quite get, so I just put it back down and hit it with my finger so it would adhere. When you get to the outline part, it's a little bit harder to peel, but go ahead, just be gentle with it, but it's a little bit harder to peel because the top piece, this transparent piece, is stuck to the sticky. But I'm just gonna keep on going. Oh, see, I missed that little piece right there. Let's see if I can get it down. Yep. Just keep peeling it off. There we go. But what am I gonna do now? Well, what color do you like? Well, let's just use the copper because I've got a sample over here of the opposite. So I'm gonna use the copper. I'm gonna cut a piece of it off. Lay it down over the top of where the birdie was. Give a nice little press. Now you don't need to put it through the machine for this because the double stick tape is so sticky. Ooh, really sticky. And then let's peel up, and hopefully I've pressed it in all the right places. And I have double foiled. Gosh, it's so bright, I don't even know if you can see that. Let's trim it down just a little bit and get the... Just trim it down just a little bit. So now I have done a double foil where you've got the blue as the background and the copper. I used the negative space to make this happen. I took this piece here that had the negative space, put it onto a piece of white paper with Stacy tape across, laid this right on top of it, just pressed it down, peeled it back, and then laid my second color, my copper, over the top. Wow, that's bright. I don't know if I can get a good image of it. So not only did I use a positive, I used the negative. Do not throw this away. This piece made that piece there, and then this piece made this piece here, which means now I have this piece because I used the copper to fill in the spaces here for the birdie. So now I've got this piece and I could make a reverse. Here's a reverse. This is using the copper, and now the blue is the bird. Oh yeah, lots to be done with the foil. Now, what happens if you don't like it this shiny? That's okay. I understand. Maybe you're not a big shiny person, or maybe you're doing the lighthouse from my Be Inspired or the boat, and you want it to have a metallic look, but you don't want it to be shiny. So what I did is I took the piece just as is, put it inside my little carrier for my Big Shot machine. Let me get rid of all of this. And sandwiched it and sent it through my Big Shot machine. Because I didn't want it quite as shiny as that. So what's this gonna do? It's gonna mat it down. Oh! So if you're not into bling bling, shiny, shiny, foily, foily, All you have to do is do whatever makes you happy, whether you're stamping with it or however you're going to use it, and then put it through your machine to get that matte foil metallic finish. For a guy card, oh yeah, baby. I mean, you could be stamping the bridge that I had and then put the foil, the silver foil over it, and then roll it through to dull it. You bet. This is a whole nother way to use that foil. But we're not done. Love, love, love the Sizzix stamps. They did a beautiful job with them. I'm gonna put this over there. I'm gonna just make sure I got plenty of glue going on. Yep, we're good. Throw that away. Oh my gosh, it's so easy. And think about all of the stamps you already own that you can now play with the foil with. You don't have to buy a laminator. You don't have to buy anything special. You just need the foil and a glue pen. And I want to say this one's like $3.99 and it goes forever. But let's do a little bit more. I'm gonna take my dress from Growing Up Girl. If you guys all remember the Growing Up Girl, part of the Growing Up Girl collection, this is my damask dress. So I've taken the stamp and put it on my Tim Holtz grid block, and I'm going to ink it up with my Nuvo pen. So, and you can see, can you see? I hope you can see. Can you see how you can see the color of the glue so you know you've inked it? And the glue is water soluble, so you can just take a wet wipey and wipe it off. I'm gonna grab my gush pad, my stamp mat, my white Simply Defined paper. I'm gonna give a nice press. And pull up. I've got my image there. I can see my image. I'm gonna take, let's do the red. I'm gonna take my red, cut me off a piece, lay it right down on top, the colored side facing you. It's important that that pretty side be facing you. If you're doing it with this ugly milky side facing you, you're doing it wrong. Stop. Just give a little bit of pressure just so that stays in place. Bring over my machine. Sandwich it in my little carrier. And send it on through. Now, think of all the dies and stamp sets you have. Ooh, I'm slightly off. There we go. Think of all the dies and stamp sets you currently own. Or think about all the ones you've been meaning to get or wanting to get or on your wish list to get. Think about how this is another way to utilize them. So there I am. Now I'm just going to peel back. And there's my image. I really shouldn't be so excited. Now I can just use it just like this. I absolutely can just use it just like this. But I own the die. Because Simply Defined, it always, you know, the dies and stamps go together. They're sold together in a set for $13.99 or $10 if you buy the bundle. I own the die. That means I can bring my die cut machine right back over, and this is why I used the magnetic platform today, because now I am just going to line my die up right around that foil. And because the die is on top, it gives enough of a there's nothing over the foil. It gives enough separation between the cutting plate here and the foil so that it's not going to dull the foil when I send it on through. And I'm gonna go ahead and send it on through. I was so happy when I did this. I was just, oh my gosh. Things started coming to my head and ideas and thoughts and what we could do and how much fun. And oh yeah, baby. Is that gorgeous? Now again, maybe you're not into how bright it is. That's when you would take it and put it back into your carrier, sandwich it, and go ahead and send it through your Big Shot machine. Oh, I'm in such a rush, I'm not getting my plate straight. I'm so excited for you to see all of this. I'm not getting my plate straight. I have to tell you, and again, if somebody's already done this out there, forgive me. I didn't copy you, truly I didn't. I really thought about this all on my own, honestly. Now it's a matte finish. Oh, I love the fact that you can do one or the other. I love it, love, love, love it. So here it is in the red, on the white, and here it is on the purple, on the black. Happy day. And you know what that means? That means I am left with this piece right here, which means that I can take a piece of paper and add my Stacy tape, because waste not, want not. Even if it's not 100% perfect, hey, you know, the shabby chic is absolutely in. I'm just gonna cut off, and the reason I'm cutting off the ends is I don't want this sticking to anything because it's exposed sticky. So I'm just gonna trim it on down, because once that sticky starts to stick, it really is sticky. So use my Stacy tape. There. Lay this right on top. You can take the little piece, the throwaway piece, and just give a nice press. I'm gonna trim this little piece off here because there's sticky right there. So just to make it easy for you. You don't want that sticky all over, sticking to you while you're trying to peel it off. Okay, and then let's peel back. So I'm just gonna slowly start to peel back. And it's gonna, you know, it's gonna have a little bit of a tooth to it. You're gonna have to pull a little bit harder than normal because that top piece right here, that top transparent piece is trying to stick to the sticky. So just keep pulling, pulling, pulling. And now I've got it, which means all that white right now is sticky. It's sticky. Oh, let's use something very contradictory in color so that you can see the difference. Let's use the blue. It's too small. That's too small. I'm just not the best judge of size here. Let's cut ourselves a piece. So 5 sheets in every roll you get with this. 5 sheets. That is a whopping amount of foil. I'm gonna lay it right over the top, press, press, press. I don't have to send it through the machine because I've used the tape. Press, press, press. Hopefully I've pressed in all the right places, and if I haven't, press a little harder. Now I've got my dress. There's a little piece right there. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a blue to stick right there. So it maybe feels like something is in there. Okay, so I've got my dress right there. And then I can take my die and die cut it out. And now I have got 2. Now I'm left with this piece. This is the never-ending product. You want to keep all your negative pieces because you never know when you're going to want to use them. Don't throw them away. You just never know when you're going to want to use it. And it's good foil. You just need Stacy tape to make it work. Line it up. I'm slightly off. Oh, close enough. Line it up, send it on through. And my dress is good to go. I don't know what that little white thing is. I think I got a piece of paper in there, but there's a little white thing, but that's okay. There's my double foil. So not only did I make this piece, but I made this piece using the negative. Is that happy day? I think so. But wait, we're not done. Let's play with my butterfly. From Aviary Blossom, which was like the first release, one of the first releases I ever did. Almost a year ago. Gosh, it's been that long. I was so nervous when I first brought this stuff out. It's like, are people gonna get it? Are people gonna like it? But God bless you, you did get it and you did like it. So I'm gonna grab the butterfly from Aviary Blossom and I am going to put it onto my clear block. This time I'm gonna use the black and I'm gonna glue it on up, but I'm gonna use a piece that looks like this. It's got like weird colors. It almost looks like an oil slick. It almost looks like an oil slick when you look at it. It's got beautiful colors running through it. It's a magnificent piece of foil. And I don't know how else to describe it except for that's what it looks like. It's got reds and pinks and purples. It looks like a rainbow coming through. It's gorgeous. So let's ink this up really quick. Just make sure I've got some glue on there. I do. I'm gonna put the glue right onto my stamp, and then when I'm all done, if you wanna take a wet wipey and just wipe it off, no problem, easy peasy. I'm gonna press down. I'm not doing chest compressions because I don't have to. I'm stamping into my gush mat, which is giving me really great contact between my paper and my stamp. I'm gonna pull up. I've got my lovely image. You can actually see it there. This time I'm gonna take this fabulousness piece. It's just a little bit of wonderful. It's just magnificent. And I'm going to lay it right down over the top of my butterfly. And because I'm using the glue, I'm gonna bring over my Big Shot machine. So when you're using the glue, you're gonna send it through whatever die cut machine you have, preferably a Big Shot, but when you're using the tape, you don't have to send it through. So I've got it all ready to go. Roll it on through. Pull it out, open it up. You can kind of see where the butterfly glue has attached. Peel it all off. Oh, I shouldn't be so excited. Oh, so it's not just silver. It's got, it looks like you took a little bit of oil and it's slicked around. It's got all of those wonderful colors. I don't even know what color this is called. They're gonna kill me over at Thermal Web. I don't know what it's called, but it's yummy. Oh, here, what's it called? Let's see, for fabric, for transfer sheets, do we have a color? Opal, it's called Opal. Love me some Opal. And that's my birthstone, by the way. I'm October. So I still have this negative piece to play with. I'm not going to throw that away. But I am going to bring over my die because it's a simply defined set. And of course, if there is a stamp, there is a die to go with. And I do think we still have some of the Growing Up Girl available. And I think we still have a little bit of Aviary Blossom. A little bit of it. Because you know, once my dies are done, they're done. So you can't get them again. When we're sold out, we're sold out. So I'm going to send it on through. Cut it. pop it right out. Oh, I really am. I get so excited. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. I wish I could be sure that it was capturing it on camera, but you have to try this. I was so excited. And then remember, if you don't want it to have such a shiny finish onto it, put it inside, put it down, let's run it through. Put it inside your carrier, run it through really quickly, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna dull that shine down to give you a matte finish. Now that color even pops more because it's a matte finish. Oh. So I did the shoe from Growing Up Girl in the Opal. That's with a shiny finish, and that's with a matte finish. Shiny, matte. Think about all the stamps you already own, and with one really awesome glue pen and some amazing foil, you can be wowing people left and right because you can do foil technique with what you already own. And like I said, I don't want to throw this away because I could just add black, or I could add tape to my black paper, put it down, peel it up, and then put another color on top of it. Yeah, I could. So really quick. I know, you're probably saying, well, we don't need to see it 15 times. But I'm a person who likes to finish what I started. So I'm gonna put that down. A person who likes to finish what they started. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna lay this shiny side. Now with the Opal, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's definitely a shiny side and a matte side. Shiny side facing me. Put that there. Take the little piece that I pulled off and just rub over it. I'm gonna cut off my excess, but just because I don't want that sticky to be sticking to me when I'm trying to peel it off. So this is where I'm at. I'm ready to pull my Opal. Don't know what we're gonna get. It'll be a surprise for all of us. It's gonna hold a little bit to the paper. Hold a little bit to the paper. So now my sticky's exposed. And I don't know, should we do purple? Ooh, haven't done purple yet. Let's do purple. Cut me off a piece. Layer it over the top. Give it a nice little push. Almost like you're doing a rub-on. Make sure you can see the whole outline of the butterfly. So that's where I'm at. And now peel that off. And that's where I'm at. And then take the die. Of course, now I've got this piece, which means I could be doing another one, but I won't do that to you, I promise. Take that, put that there. Line my die up on my magnetic platform. Send it on through. And it is good to go. I could sit here and play with this for hours. Absolute hours. I am terrible. And I have made a double foil butterfly. Woohoo, ka-choo. Oh my gosh. So, what have we done today? Well, we took a very basic concept of the foils with a glue pen, not using a laminator, and we just made a line. We sent it through our die cutting machine because that adds enough pressure to make sure that foil transfers beautifully. But then we took it to the next step, and we inked up or glued up a stamp. This is the Sizzix stamp from the, I think it's the, I forget what the collection was called. Birds and Phrases. I love the Birds and Phrases. It was my favorite out of the entire collection. Love the Birds and Phrases. Took it, put some glue on the stamp, stamped it down, added our foil, and because we used the two-way glue pin, we sent it through our die cutting machine to make sure that pressure was even all over. And then we peeled it up and we foiled a stamp. But then we had the negative space. So we took that negative space and made a whole nother embellishment, a whole nother item. And if you don't want it to be shiny, shiny, that's okay. You can make it matte. Look at the difference between the two. Matte finish, shiny finish. Matte finish means that when you're using it, once you've got it to the shiny finish stage, you're just gonna put it right back into your little carrier, which is just a card base, sandwich it in and send it through your Big Shot machine, and it is going to tone down that high shine and give you a beautiful matte, which for guy cards, that's rock star. Then we took it and we used it with our stamps and our dies, because why? Because we can. Can you see how you could sit here and play for hours and hours and hours and make the most beautiful embellishments using foil? But all you had to do was buy the foil. Most of us have a glue pin already, a two-way glue pin. Lots of you have Stacy tape already. And even if you don't have Stacy tape, then just hold on to your negative pieces until you do get some, and then you can go back and play with them. Just absolutely, absolutely magnificent. So much to be done with things you already own. Now, I have got samples. I have got stuff everywhere. I have absolute stuff everywhere. But this makes my heart happy. Oh my gosh, it makes my heart happy. Okay, so let's just get some of this stuff out of here. And I didn't even talk to you about dotty paper yet. All right, so I'm gonna show you some samples we did with the Sizzix stamps, just using their new stamps and my new dotty paper. So this is the debut of new dotty paper. And it is 8.5 by 11 cardstock with embossed dots on them in beautiful colors. So this is one of the stamp sets that I'm going to be showing you from Sizzix and dotty paper. Look at how pretty. And everything has been matted with the dotty paper, and these are all Sizzix stamps from different sets. Look at how beautiful. Look at the bunnies. And do you see the dotty paper? It's yummy paper. And then we have the one that I was playing with today, the Birds and Phrases. And again, all on dotty paper. So these were done with Sizzix stamps. And I want to say there's like 18 new ones, but they're absolutely gorgeous. And they're yours at 30% off. They're not $10. There's the one we were playing with today. I love this set. We made the happy birthday. Where did we do with the happy birthday? Oh, we were able to take a stamp and foil it so that you could get your sentiment in foil. There's the cross. I showed you a sample with that. Look at the Aloha, $7 a set. They're lovely. For that price, you cannot go wrong. There's the Loved. I showed you a sample with that one. How fun are these? And then, I know there's more, but this is all I'm gonna have time to show you. You'll go on the website and you'll see all of them. So that's all Sizzix, just stamps from Sizzix, and at a price that you cannot pass up. They are on a YouTube Yummy. Then we have the dotty paper. We have 3 different collections. We have the Cools, and you're gonna get 3 of every sheet you see there. Not for $9.99, not for $8.99, for $7.99, you are getting embossed, beautiful cardstock called Dottie. So we have the cools. We have a black and a white combo pack where you get 8 black and 10 white, all embossed with the dots. And then we have our primary packs. So again, 3 of every sheet in all of those colors for $7.99. Now you know us, if we've got the primaries and the cools, that means the jewels and the middles are coming soon. Probably in the next few months, but we're starting with the more springtime colors because it's springtime, and more summertime colors. So jewels and metallics or metals will come a little bit later. This is all by Simply Defined, and it is $7.99 a pack. There's a pack of it. You can see all the colors. I hope you love it. I love it, and I love the price even more. Then, just so to remind you, we use the Growing Up Girl sets to do some of this with, and some of these are still available. I think the I Want It All is still available. So this is Simply Defined. These are my dies and stamp sets, and when they're gone, they're gone. And we used Aviary Blossom as well. I know these are far more limited. These are way limited. And some of them you may only be able to get inside the bundle. But then we used Aviary Blossom. We also used our glue pen from Nuvo, which is a tonic product. There's 2 sizes currently available. A 3rd size is coming soon, but we don't have it yet. And then lastly, I want to show you samples of foils because they're absolutely beautiful. There's 26 different foils. Look at that. That was all done with foil. So do you have a stamp that looks like that? I bet you do. If you don't, your friend does. Think about all the things you can do with the foils. Now that you know you don't have to use a laminator to do it. Grab those background stamps. Absolutely. Sure, you can handwrite with the 2-way glue pen if you want. Absolutely. Grab those die cuts. This is the rainbow. Is that so cute? Grab those die cuts. Look at that. That's with a die. It's a little bit of happiness right there. This is absolutely magnificent. And see, it's matte. It's a matte finish. Doesn't have to be in your face pow. It can be beautiful and matte and subtle. Oh, look at that, Mr. and Mrs. You can do this. Look at that's the rainbow foil too. Not the opal, the rainbow. Aren't these cards darling? And if you've got stamps and dies and a 2-way glue pen, you bet. Have at it. They're just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. This is a die. Is that fab? How many of you have seen paper like this out on the market for $2 a sheet? Go buy the stamp. The stamp is a gift that keeps giving, and you get so much foil that you can make it anytime you want. Lovely, isn't it? I am just in awe. Oh, and here's one more. Forgot one more. I am just absolutely in awe of how beautiful the foil comes out. Absolutely in awe. I am in love, love, love with this card. Love, love, love with this card. So, oh my gosh. There's more foils than I could ever possibly show you or tell you about. There's more colors than you could ever possibly, well, no, you'd probably want them all. I want them all. There are several that are brand new, 2016, that yes, we already have in stock, and we're gonna put those on an I Want It All. We'll do an I Want It All for all of the colors. They run $4.99. Unless you're buying like the opal or the leopard. Can you see how that's a leopard? Those are $5.99, but they're all going to be on sale on a YouTube Yummy. So you pick out the ones that make your heart happy, and if you just had to have all of them, well, I totally understand because I had to have all of them. I get it. All right, so it's me, Stacy, having just a great time with the Sizzix stamps, the thermo web, foils, absolutely gorgeous. You just can't go wrong with either of them. And look for them in a YouTube Yummy. All right, I'm gonna tilt on up. And I'm gonna say, well, it was whatever it is. If it's an hour and 10 minutes, I don't care, because you had to see how this stuff works. And now that you have, I hope you were excited just like I was. All right, until next time, where are you gonna find all this great product? Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Don't forget to post your comments. We've got an amazing prize package to send out. And thanks so much, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.